Hey guys, welcome to my channel today. Thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, we'll be drafting this conical overbust bustier pattern that you can see on your screen. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. My pattern paper is folded into two, and I've gone ahead to take my points and I ruled straight lines across. The first point is the distance from my shoulder to my bust point, which is 10 inches. The next point is the distance from my shoulder to my under bust point, which is 13 inches. The next point is the distance from my shoulder to my waist point at the front, which is 16.5 inches. And I'd added extra 8.5 inches to that. So what I'll do now is to label the lines: bust line, under bust line, waistline, and the blouse length. Next thing I'll do is to go in by 8 inches, which is half of my shoulder measurement. I'll indicate that with a dot. On that dot, I'll go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. For the neck width, I'll take 3 inches. I'll slant from the shoulder slope to the 3 inches neck width. Next thing I'll do is to place my tape on the shoulder slope, and I'll go down by 8 inches, which is my armhole depth. On that armhole depth, I'll come in by the same 8 inches that I have on the shoulder line, and I'll connect like this. After doing that, I'll rule a straight line across, so this new line will be the chest line. Next, now I'll do is to place my tape on the straight line. What I have there is 8 inches. I'll take the middle point, which is 4 inches. On that 4 inches point, I'll go in by half an inch. I'll indicate the half an inch with a dot. From there, I'll connect from the shoulder slope to the half an inch, and from there to the dot that I have on the chest line like this. Next thing I'll do is to take half of my nipple to nipple measurement on all the lines, as you can see. After doing that, I'll connect all the dots into a straight line. Next thing I'll do is to take 1 inch on both sides of the under bust line, so 1 inch on the center front, 1 inch on the side front. And for the waistline, I'm taking 0.75 inches on both sides. So the dart on the under bust line is 2 inches, while that of the waistline is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to connect, as you can see. Okay, so after connecting, next now I'll do is to go down by 1 inch from the bust line. I'll indicate the 1 inch with a dot. Then I'll use the curved part of my roller to connect from the under bust to the 1 inch like this. Next thing I'll do is to place the curved part of my roller on the bust line, and I'll connect to that middle point, that is the middle dot that I have on the straight line earlier. I'm going to connect it like this to give me this curve. After doing that, I'll go down by 1 inch from that line, as you can see, and then I'll bring the roller back. I'll place it like this, and then I'll connect it back. This time I'm going to extend it by 1 inch. Okay, so extend it by 1 inch. I'm doing this so I don't run short of fabric when I'm joining the pieces together. So after doing that, next thing I'm going to do is to replace the 1 inch on the chest line. So I'll go out by 1 inch from the dot that I already have there earlier, and I'll connect the new armhole. So this is going to be the new armhole area. Okay, so after doing that, now I'll place my under bust circumference divided by 4. I'll replace the dart of 2 inches, and on the waistline you can decide to snatch your waistline, so you can reduce your waistline by 1 inch, 2 inch, depending on how you want it to be. Okay, so do that and replace the dart. On the blouse length, I'll place my hip circumference divided by 4. I'll also replace the tiny dart that I have there. Then you can add extra 1 inch for ease on that part. So for the neckline area, I first of all went down by 4 inches from the neckline. I'll use this part of my roller to connect from that point into the armhole area, as you can see. So if you feel like 4 inches is too much, you can do 3 inches. If you feel like it's too small, you can add to it. So at this point, I felt like it was too small, so I added extra 0.75 inches to it, as you can see. After doing that, I'll take my bust dart. So I'll go down from the bust line by 1 inch. 1 inch is the difference between my front waist point and my back waist point. So go ahead and measure yours. It can be 1 inch, it can be 1.5 inches, it can be 2 inches. Mine is 1 inch, so I connected from there to the dart leg, as you can see. So we'll be closing up this part. So to get the design on the base, I went up by 2 inches on this point, and then I'm connecting from the side dart in a curve. So you can go deeper, just do whatever you want to do. So you can also connect it to the middle area to give it a sharp effect at the center. Okay, after doing that, I'll go ahead and cut. So I left a little bit of allowance on the bust area, so that when I close my darts and there is any shortage, I'm going to replace it. So I slashed through the bust dart, the down part, and I also ruled the same line on the other side, so I know where to close the dart. Okay, so after doing that, I'll continue cutting. So in case you don't understand what I did on the other side, just watch me, you're going to understand. Okay, so this is what I have. This straight line that I ruled on the other side is to help me locate where to close up the darts on the other part of the pattern paper that I did not use pencil on. Okay, so I'm closing my dart. As you can see, once I close this part, you can see that the line shifted a bit, so I'm going to adjust it and I'll cut off the excess pattern paper. I also repeat the same thing on the other side, so you can see the straight line there, so I know where to cover up the dart area. I'll adjust the line and then I'll cut off the excess pattern paper. So this is what I have for the front. This is the center front and the two side fronts. So what I'll do is to use my masking tape to hold everything down so you guys will see the outcome. Okay, so when you stitch everything together, this is what it's going to look like. So I'll do that and then work on the back. So I've also gone ahead to rule out the lines for the back. Shoulder to bust point 10 inches, shoulder to under bust point 13 inches, shoulder to waist at the back 15.5 inches. So the difference between my front waist point and my back waist point is 1 inch. Okay, so from there you can add the same allowance that you added from the waistline. So I did about 8.5 inches. So if you want a zipper for your blouse, you can go ahead and take your zipper allowance. So the main dress you're working on, they used a zipper, but you can use loop for yours. So I'm taking 1.5 inches as my zipper allowance. I'll connect all the dots and I'll rule a straight line. So next now is to take half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. I'll indicate that with a dot. On that dot, I'll go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. For the neck width, I'll also take 3 inches. I'll now slant from the 1 inch shoulder slope to meet that 3 inches dot like this. After doing that, I'll go down by my armhole depth, which is 8 inches. I'll indicate that with a dot. On that 8 inches dot, I'll make sure I have the same 8 inches that I have on the shoulder line on this point. After doing that, I'm going to rule a straight line across, and then I'll still take the same 8 inches, okay, on the chest line, so I'll get a straight line. So I'm going to connect from the shoulder slope to that 8 inches point like this. Next thing I'll do is to place my tape on the straight line and I'll mark the midpoint, which is 4 inches. I'll indicate that with a dot. On the chest line, I'll place my bust circumference divided by 4. After doing that, I'm going to connect from that midpoint to the dot that I have on the chest line like this. Next thing I'll do is to take half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches on all the lines, and I'll connect into a straight line. On the waistline, I'll be taking 0.75 inches on both sides. So don't forget to label your lines. 0.75 inches on both sides. So the dart that I have there is 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to connect from the blouse length all the way like this, and I'll connect from that point upward, as you can see. So I already have my bust circumference divided by 4 on the chest line. On the waistline, I'll reduce my waistline by 1 inch and then I'll replace the darts. On the blouse length, I'll place my hip circumference divided by 4. You can add extra 1 inch to it for ease on that area. So to get the effect, I'll repeat the same thing. I'll go up by 2 inches and then I'll connect from the dart leg like this. You can make yours deeper. You can make it into any shape that you want. You can also connect it to the center, so the center is not as straight as mine is. You can just work your way around it, okay? So after doing that, this is what I have. So the next thing we'll do is to figure out the neckline for the back. You can leave it the way it is and cut off the armhole area. For me, I decided to go down by half an inch from the chest line. I'll use the curved part of my roller because I don't want it to be straight. I'll just curve it all the way back to the armhole area, as you can see, okay? So after doing that, this is what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and cut. So if you're adding a zipper, you're going to adjust the zipper area after cutting, and if you're adding a loop, just do not add the zipper allowance and then reduce about 1.5 inches from the center back. So on the waistline, I went in by 0.75 inches, which is half of what I have there. Connected it upward and I connected it downward, okay? If you do this, the zipper area is not going to bulge when you fix your zipper, okay? So I'm going to be cutting this part out. So after cutting, this is what I have for the back. And yeah, that is all for this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like this video, leave your questions in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.